WBCB presents Pro Wrestling Weekly,
the longest-running pro wrestling radio talk show in the history of terrestrial radio.
And he's obviously Michael Cole.
Call in with a question or comment at 215-949-3232 or 888-922-2149.
Talking wrestling.
Yeah.
Because that's what this show's about. That's what we've been doing for over 16 years.
No. It's about sports entertainment.
And now here are your hosts of Pro Wrestling Weekly, Fearon and Lucas DeSangro.
Will you stop marking out over there?
Sorry.
Move over, kid. I'm taking your microphone.
You're shallow, you know that?
I'm running on 2 hours of sleep. I don't remember what the hell I do anymore. There's the sound of the bell, and we are set to go. This is Pro Wrestling Weekly here on 1490 WBCB and online at WBCB1490.com. Alongside an already twitchy Lucas Twitch DeSangro.
It doesn't exactly have a turn-off button, but...
Well, twitchier than usual. How about that?
I'm just excited. It's finally a day I have off of work. And I'm excited because NXT TakeOver's tonight, and SummerSlam's tomorrow night, and a bunch of other cool wrestling stuff's happening. It's a great time to be a wrestling fan.
It's a great day for America, everybody. Oh, wait, no, that's Craig Ferguson.
He's not even American. Shame on him.
Well, he became a naturalized citizen.
Yeah, you know, I'm just joking. I love Craig Ferguson.
Fair enough.
Wow, what a hot start to this one, isn't it?
Well, you know what? It is. It's because looming on the horizon, I know that there's some not so good news, so I'm kind of like already, I don't know, I'm trying to keep the tone there, so I guess my attempt at humor just isn't quite matching up with it. So yeah, the not so good news from Monday. The passing of Jim the Anvil Neidhart.
Yeah.
He died on Monday at the age of 63. Police officials had noted that Neidhart fell at his home in Pasco County, Florida, and hit his head prior to his death and do not suspect foul play. Neidhart, of course, trained by legendary promoter and trainer Stu Hart.
Drat job.
Yes. Married Stu's daughter, Ellie Hart, sister of Neidhart's tag team partners, Brett and Owen Hart.
And father to current WWE superstar Natalya.
Yes, one of three children that Neidhart and Ellie had. Current WWE wrestler Natalya. And, of course, Jim the Anvil's most memorable run came with Brett as well as manager, the Mouth of the South, Jimmy Hart, as the legendary Hart Foundation tag team from the better part of 1984 to 1990, maybe early 91, somewhere thereabouts. And Neidhart is the latest in a string of former wrestling stars who have died in 2018, including Bruno Sammartino, Vader, Johnny Valiant, Brian Christopher, and Nikolai Volkov.
Yeah.
And we still got 4 months to go. I don't know.
What are we trying to meet? I'd hope that's not in the sense of we're trying to meet a quota, because that would be bad.
I'm certainly not trying to meet a quota.
Me neither. Only 4 months left to go. How about hey, Death, take it easy, please.
Yeah.
Asking for a friend or two, and me as well.
Yeah, can you take a There we go. Death takes a vacation.
That's an episode of Family Guy.
Is it?
Probably not. No, I know there's one that's called Death Has a Shadow.
Well, yeah, that was because they were trying to get some form of death or murder into every episode title, and then they realized
in season 1, yeah.
And then they realized about 7 episodes in, this is going to be harder than we thought.
Yeah.
Could you imagine if they still tried to do that now with how many hundreds of episodes are they in now?
They're at least in 200.
Yeah, that wouldn't exactly work out so well. But yes, back to Neidhart. So Natalya had issued a statement via social media on Monday following her father's passing, saying, quote, "I can't put into words how hard it is going to be for myself and our family to have to say goodbye to my dad. He meant the world to us, and nothing will ever replace these special times we shared together as a family. My dad was always a fighter and an incredibly special person. There was no one like him. I'm just going to miss him so much. We are going to hold all of the moments we had with him close to our hearts forever and never let them go. I promise to keep your memory alive. We love you so much, Daddy. On behalf of my entire family, we would also like to personally thank everyone for the outpouring of thoughts and prayers. It's meant so much to us.
Yeah.
And I was debating putting it on here because, at this point it's over 9 years ago, but I actually had the opportunity to interview Jim the Anvil Neidhart for the show here.
Yeah. Well, didn't when Mabel passed away, you put on the interview of him you had with him?
Yeah, I don't know. I guess I was trying not to make a habit of it. Although the story of how the interview came about is actually a funny, generally only in wrestling story.
Do tell.
I was gonna say, did I ever tell you this?
I don't believe so.
No.
I know you told me the one of Virgil that you didn't interview him. You just asked, and he was like, "Nah, I'm good." Because that's Virgil for you.
Well, yeah, he
still entered the room.
Yes, he did abruptly and politely decline any sort of interview sounder or anything of that nature. Yes,
he was trying to make that meat sauce money. Apparently.
Indeed. Yes, but no. So this was my very first Sinomania. This was maybe a couple of months after I'd taken over for Eric Gargiulo, and I had brought a recorder with me to Sinomania and had interviewed a few different folks. Goodness, I'm trying to think back now. I know Jim Cornette was in there.
Oh, we're gonna have to listen to that interview at some point. Maybe not on the air, but I want to listen to that interview with you and Corny.
Yeah, what a difference 9 years makes. Also, Ron Simmons.
Definitely not the hatred of Vince Russo. That's what hasn't changed. At least Cornette's hatred of Vince
I didn't ask about that in the thing. It was all positive that day.
Yay.
Also, Scotty Too Hottie and Gangrel. And then as I was leaving and heading back to my car, thinking, okay, job well done, attaboy. Just so happened that Jim Neidhart was in the parking lot, and he agreed to an interview right there on the spot in the parking lot in exchange for some beer money.
What a guy.
And me not wanting to turn down an opportunity, so I gave him a tenor. And
oh, you gave him a Virgil. Oh, good for you.
And away went the interview. Man, in hindsight, maybe I should pull. Well, nah, it's all right. Regardless, I got my money's worth.
Yeah.
But no, even with that fun story behind him, he was a fun guy. He did actually also record a sounder, which I still use here at BCB. So it's lasted almost a decade at this point. Also, one of the Hart family brothers, Ross Hart, speaking with Dan Gelston of the Associated Press regarding Neidhart's death, saying, quote, "He got up Monday morning and went to lower the temperature on the air conditioner, and he just collapsed and I think died pretty quickly. I think this was stemming from Alzheimer's, which he had been battling for some time. It's a struggle he's been going through."
Yeah,
end quote.
I had no clue he had Alzheimer's. That was a shock to me. Among other things of his passing. But.
Well, usually it's one of those things where I guess they try to keep that under wraps, hush hush. I guess there's some stigma associated with those sort of things that I feel is kind of antiquated, but that's just my personal take on it.
Fair enough. You don't want people making up wild stories.
Yeah, well, what would be better to eliminate any wild stories than the truth?
Exactly.
But again, what do I know? Regardless, the talent scheduled from WrestleMania 3, they haven't had a good past few weeks. We mentioned Nikolai Volkov, Jim Neidhart, and yes, Aretha Franklin.
Yeah.
Who had performed America the Beautiful to open WrestleMania 3 just in the last 3 weeks.
Wasn't it also 23? She also
and she did 23 as well.
Because they returned to Detroit.
They were back in Detroit, yeah. Only the second time around it was Ford Field as opposed to the Pontiac Silverdome.
The Silverdome, brother.
Yes, not the Superdome, the Silverdome.
Yeah. It's weird that
Hulkster.
One of his finest moments besides, well, what got him fired, was him of his modern run in WWE.
Oh, his finest moment in the last decade, you mean? Okay.
Yeah, in his most recent run in WWE was him messing that up.
That was at 30, wasn't it? Yeah,
yes, it was.
Because it was in New Orleans. Okay.
Because then The Rock and Stone Cold came out.
and immediately just had more
they were
fun with
slagging
it.
on him. It was great.
Oh man, what a difference 4 years makes.
Indeed.
But yeah, here's an interesting statistic. Of the 61 on-air talent between wrestlers, referees, managers, commentators, interviewers, and performers, 23 have passed on. So that's about 38%. Now, granted, this was 31 years ago. So you figure those who were up there in age then, I mean...
Yeah, but the wrestlers...
Yeah, I didn't do a breakdown of how many of those were wrestlers, how many were referees, managers, etc. Or I guess in Bobby Heenan's case, almost a little bit of everything.
Yeah. He was just a godsend. He was a I prefer to use the term, he was a blessing.
Most certainly. Yeah, so that I thought was kind of interesting as I was crunching things here and trying to find out stuff about today here. So, yeah, I guess we'll get into this here, just because I know that he. I don't want to say that his presence entertained you. In fact, it's probably more so the opposite at this point. But I don't know. Since my mood is already, dare I say, SAWFT.
Oh, what a segue.
Yeah, see what I did there? Yeah, TMZ caught up with former WWE wrestler Enzo Amore, who now goes by the name of Real One, and asked about his post-ring career and if there's the possibility for a return. And
probably not on that last part.
Well,
at least to WWE, I don't know.
Well, here's what he had to say about it.
Hey, bro. So how's it going, man? You know, ever since you've been like wrestling and then you started like, you know, rapping and flowing, you know what I'm saying? Just wondering, like, yeah, what's up with that? Like, whatever happened with that?
With the rap?
Yeah. Like, are you still like in the studio?
Oh yeah,
like,
man. I've been working with some big names on a big album coming out. Probably, I'm not gonna give a date.
Okay.
All right, but Rosemary's Baby. My mother's name is Rosemary. That makes me Rosemary's Baby Kid. So I'm dropping an album. I'm working on a ton of television content right now. Sitting in on a lot of interesting things right now. It's a very interesting time for me. New chapter, a lot of fun, a lot of things to come though.
Speaking of content, man, you hear like all these YouTube guys are like kind of like fighting each other, which is like sounds kind of corny, but like yeah, I don't know, they got millions of views and people subscribing.
Not
to
in
them.
a million years. There ain't nobody who's got enough money to put me back in a ring, kid. Not unless it's Creed.
You
3,
saw my
dog,
first
fight,
run.
Creed, Adonis, me and 50 Cent versus Adonis and Rocky. That's about all I got right now.
Right, man.
You know?
Yes, as long as they're
with
very old,
50 Cent. I don't know
I'll
if
be
you
able
saw
to take
that
them
heat.
on because I can't
But you don't
fight.
want that smoke, Adonis. I'm the best fake fighting free agent in the world, all right? Michael B. Jordan, dog. I'll smoke you. Look at how fast your speed on, kid. Still got it.
Oh my God.
See what I'm saying? Yeah, look at this.
You gotta get in for a second.
Come on now. Come on, their hands are just as fast, all right, Adonis?
I was like, what's going on here?
Donnie boy. I think last time I called out Adonis Creed and Rocky Balboa with 50 Cent, I had to think of what's the best fighting words I could come up with
And
to
there
pick a
were
fight
none.
with Rocky and Adonis, and I came up with it. Your father's a
So yeah, there's the ever outspoken Enzo.
Yeah.
Apparently with lots of things on the horizon, but
But really,
being in the ring, not one of
he's
them.
being quite vague. Not saying that you have to have concrete details, but it's like, oh yeah, things are happening. Sounds like one of those people like, yeah, things are gonna happen. I'm totally gonna have this record deal, and then that's not gonna happen. No, it's not. You're totally full of
It.
yeah.
Not to be confused with Chris Jericho's It.
What?
It. Oh, goodness. All right. Well, speaking of it, in this case, the it is a timeout, and we've got to go ahead and take it here. But on the other side, we'll get to a look at the local scene from Ed from Northeast Philly and some interesting words from one Roman Reigns.
Ooh, saucy.
Yeah, having a bit of an opinion expressed regarding one Brock Lesnar.
Ooh. The plot thickens.
Now, have you heard of this yet, or is this new to you as well?
Was this from Raw?
No.
Then, yes.
Then it is new to you.
Extremely new.
Okay. So we'll bring all of that to all of you and you as well, Twitch, after this, here on Pro Wrestling Weekly on 1490 WBCB and online at WBCB1490.com.
Hello, I'm Dan Breen of Bucks County River Country, the world's river tubing capital. And I'm out here on the Delaware with a bunch of other folks. Hey, guys!
Hey, Dan!
And we're having the time of our lives. Listen, if you haven't been to Bucks County River Country, you don't know what you're missing. We've got tubing, canoeing, kayaking, rafting, and our tiki-style Riverside Cafe to whet your palate. You'll have loads of fun with the family, friends, or even a company outing. See for yourself. Check out our webcam at rivercountry.net. And while you're there, make your reservations online. Discounts are available for groups of 20 or more. Remember, the average water temperature is 80 degrees, and it's so easy to get here. We're just 8 miles north of New Hope, Pennsylvania. Don't miss out on the most fun you could have this summer. Come to Bucks County River Country, the world's river tubing capital. Hey, Holmes, we love to see you wet.
Buy your season pass for Bucks County River Country online today at rivercountry.net. That's rivercountry.net, or call 215-297-5000.
All commentators heard on WBCB express their own views. Their opinions are not necessarily those of others on WBCB, including the staff and management.
Hi, this is Brody McAndrew of the Neshaminy Redskins. Watch our games video streamed live at WBCBsports.com and brought to you by St. Mary's Medical Center and McCaffrey Ford.
Teamwork is essential to winning games and in the business world. The Peruzzi Auto Group and Penco Tech have been working side by side for over 40 years, and now they're teammates. Penco Tech trains auto technicians and auto body techs, and Peruzzi has the full-time careers waiting for them. Train at Penco. Work at Peruzzi. If you want a great career in the automotive field, call Penco Tech at 215-785-0111 or go to pencotech.edu. A great career at Peruzzi starts with training at Penco Tech.
Hi, this is Dr. Lee Piccarello, inviting you to tune in every Friday morning at 8 a.m. to The Head Game, a must-listen show for athletes and coaches of all levels and ages. Mindful Athlete Training in Newtown, Pennsylvania is a mental circuit training program that prepares the athletes to perform at the highest level of today's game. Athletes get into the zone faster and stay there longer. Tune in every Friday morning at 8 a.m. right here on WBCB 1490 AM and throughout the world at WBCB1490.com.
See, I just got the Luigi death stare from Fearon, so we might have to...
I didn't give you the Luigi death stare. That's not true.
You're breaking kayfabe.
Breaking kayfabe. Gonna break something else during this commercial.
There we go. That's what I like to see.
And now, more Pro Wrestling Weekly with your hosts, Fearon Derry and Lucas DeSangro.
Are we getting into that controversy again?
I know how it feels, and it's not fun.
Welcome back to Pro Wrestling Weekly here on 1490 WBCB and online at WBCB1490.com. Fearon Derry and Lucas Twitch DeSangro here with you. And also, too, is Ed from Northeast Philly. Ed, taking a look at the local scene. What's going on?
Not too much. It's
right. Thanks for calling. Sorry. Go on.
You broken.
Who's wait, which of us is broken?
You partner.
I have a name. Thank you.
Twitch. Lucas.
Thank you. Nuisance could also work. That's another one we like to use.
Nuisance, here. Lucas, close enough.
Icons of Wrestling is coming to Feasterville on September 29th.
Oh, wow.
That's Sportsplex.
Gosh, September 29th is already not too terribly far away. What, 6 weeks from now?
I think it's Francine on the... Francine... who else? Big Sexy Kevin Nash. I forget who else that I've seen on the website.
I'm sure I can bring that up here in a matter of moments and find out the rest of it here. The Icons of Wrestling and Comic Book Collector Fest here. So far, Kevin Nash is confirmed. It's going to be on the 29th from looks like from 5 until 8 p.m. And at least according to the website here, they're doesn't quite look to be a whole lot here, as they're partnered with the 2300 Arena. I was going to say, they got a lot going on here, as well as with Battleground Championship Wrestling, but it looks like they definitely have Kevin Nash on the main page, but there's still time to get the rest of them here.
There's also Trish Stratus and Lita is at the Monster Mania convention in Cherry Hill this weekend.
Not that either of them are necessarily monsters, but
Booker T is on there as well, signing autographs.
See, that I can dig, sucker.
New Moon Rising Wrestling is this afternoon at the Homestroke Boys Club in Northeast Philly, 3 p.m. bell time.
Yeah, it's another good one there from New Moon Rising.
And the Boardwalk Beatdown is next weekend in Atlantic City.
Yeah, that's by Standalone Wrestling.
Congo Khan, the K, all three members of them, Draws, Haku, Pitbull County Wolf, Moose, headlined by Goldberg and Sting. I'm on my way down to Boys Club now.
Oh, very nice.
Yeah, that's why I'm waiting for somebody to pick me up here.
I was going to say, yeah, I hope you're not driving.
No.
That'd be
That's
very
about
irresponsible.
Yeah, I'm looking at this Monster Mania thing. There are a few names in there. Carl Weathers is an interesting name, kind of outside the...
Creed. I believe Enzo called you, had some choice words for you.
How
you
timely.
might want to address that.
Although, is it bad that when I hear Carl Weathers, the first thing that I think of is Chubbs from Happy Gilmore?
Not at all. It's all in the hips, my man. It's all in the hips.
You know, all these great things. Apollo Creed from the first Rocky movies and Predator, and I think Happy Gilmore first. I am awful.
I stink.
I'll just sing a round of We've Only Just Begun and go from there.
And it's SummerSlam weekend.
Yeah, it most certainly is. And I actually just got a text not too long ago from the self-professed Fugazi wrestling fan, Mike Samsel, looking to potentially get in on some secondary market tickets to SummerSlam tomorrow evening.
I believe it's sold out.
Well, yeah, but some of those might just be because they bought them.
And to put them on the secondary market. Yeah, the box office doesn't have them, but that doesn't mean that other places may have them available, certain apps and sites and things of that nature.
I'm sure there'll be a lot of people like the merchants from Resident Evil with their long trench. I'm sure you'd appreciate that reference, Fearon. the trench coats. You want to buy some wrestling tickets?
Yeah. Oh, Billy Zane there too at Monster Mania. The super heel from Titanic. It's weird seeing him bald
with his slicked back. I'm not gonna. You know what? I'm not gonna completely crap on the slicked back hair.
Yeah, true.
Just when he does it, he looks. Yeah, I'm gonna stop. I say I'm digging a hole, son. I'm digging a hole.
Pauly Shore is going to be there too. Wow. All right. And yes, Booker T, Trish Stratus, and Lita. See, now you got me distracted and on tangents here.
Yeah, that's about it.
Yeah, that's my thing. The distracted tangents.
Well, occasionally role reversal can be good. All right, Ed, thank you so much for the call, and best of luck in your traveling endeavors there.
I was going to say, okay.
I didn't say future endeavors.
I know. That's why I was like, oh, okay, wow. That was it's a close one.
No, if anybody is on the verge of being wished the best in their future, and you know what, I'm going to stop there.
It was me all along.
You said it, so I didn't have to.
Exactly.
All right. Well, along with things that I guess were going to be done but ended up not having to, the walk getting cut slightly short. Well, earlier this week, WWE had announced that they would be holding an Elias concert today at 5:30 Eastern in New York at the Gramercy Theater. And the event was dubbed WWE Presents Walk with Elias, a special live performance, with tickets running for $20 a piece.
Sort of like they had him do WrestleMania weekend, like a pop-up show on Bourbon Street.
Kind of, but I guess they figured, all right, well, we can get the theater going. It'll be a good thing. My guess is that tickets weren't selling well because Elias announced on Thursday via Twitter that, quote, WWE management insisted that I postpone my solo concert this Saturday in New York City. However, they have given me the opportunity to perform that concert live at SummerSlam.
Which means Elias is going to get beat up. Probably. Concerts in ring never really go as planned, and usually when they do, it's by a guy named Pitbull or Flo Rida, and we just all go home sad.
Well, there is one example that differs from that, which you probably don't recall because you would have been 4, maybe 5 years old at the time.
Run DMC at WrestleMania 2000?
No.
Oh.
No, the Rock concerts from
2003.
2003.
Yes, that was fun to watch.
Those somebody who just had the crowd in the palm of his hand and just kind of brought them up, getting them cheering, and then just immediately ripping down to them to get them to boo him even more.
Oh, so great! And then you can't not love the one he did for Vicky Guerrero in 2013, I believe.
Yeah, I can't hear that song now without thinking. Eric Clapton's wonderful. Oh, hey.
I wasn't going to. You look horrible tonight.
There we go. That might have to be a thing. We'll have you bring the guitar in, do a little reprise of it.
Yeah, but it's gonna get. But then I can't do everything live because then it's gonna.
Well,
whoa! You can't say that. I wasn't going to.
Well, you're creative. You can do new lyrics. I'm sure you'll think of some fun things to rip me on after 5 years of... There you go.
There. Twitch. Twitch, please.
Oh, my. Alrighty. So this I thought was rather noted since we teased it a little bit earlier here. So Roman Reigns had spoken with Brian Fritz of Sporting News and was asked about the importance of having the WWE Universal Championship on Raw every week.
Yeah. Well, they're really trying to have him and the fans be on the same page, aren't they?
Well, let me tell you what Reigns said about it, and then you can jump to your own conclusions on it, or draw your own conclusions as well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I've seen you draw and I've seen you jump, so yeah, we'll go with drawing your own conclusions.
Yeah, my strong suits, please.
Exactly. So Reigns saying, quote, "It's killing us. It makes for better storytelling. It would be a better product. It would be a better show. When you have the diamond that everybody's chasing, it gives everybody a GPS of where they are and where they're trying to be. Not only that, it's a driving force for live events. It's a driving force for our Friday, Saturday, and Sunday non-televised events when we don't have a network special or a pay-per-view. It's important to have that thing hanging up in the locker room in a tiny town in South Dakota on a Friday when people are not motivated. A young talent comes in...
How does that make the people of South Dakota feel?
I don't know. I mean, they've got Mount Rushmore.
Yeah.
Hey, I still think of that iconic shot from '93 of Luger in those American flag pants, doing the double biceps pose with Mount Rushmore in the background.
Yes.
That's all I got. I don't bleeping know. Anyway, it goes on. A young talent comes in and says, "The champ's in here and the title is hanging up. I want that." It motivates people in many different regards, and that's what we need. I'm to the point where I've won a bunch of different championships, and the only reason I want that championship is because I haven't won it, and I want it on this roster. I want it at our shows. I want it in every town because it's going to make everybody better.
And I want that squirrel, Daddy, and I want it now.
Really? You're making Roman Reigns into Veruca Salt from Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory?
Yeah. Yeah, I am. I could make another reference, but you wouldn't get it.
Roman, sweetheart, I'm not a magician. Give me time. Oh, wow.
Now that's a skit we have to produce. That's a bit. I smell a bit.
Do we?
Yes.
Oh, gosh. It's fun when things happen extemporaneously like that. You never know what the hell's going to happen. WWE Willy Wonka.
We don't do the script.
Willy Wonka Entertainment.
Yes.
Oh gosh, this is unfolding live on the radio.
The Rock. Why am I trying to be Vince McMahon but doing a Rock promo? Wow, this is already bad. The Rock likes schnozberries.
Oh gosh. Okay, there is scheming to be done here. That may have to be something down the road, I suppose. Reigns was also asked if he would prefer to see Brock Lesnar fight in UFC or stay in WWE after SummerSlam. What do you think he said?
Gee, I bet you he want him to go to that octagon and stay out of... Get off my plane.
Or get out of my yard.
Get out of my yard.
And his response, to be honest, at this point, I'd love to see him just go fight in UFC because that's where it seems his passion and where his focus is right now. We have a protocol here. We have a certain schedule, and there's a certain rhythm that makes this whole business work, and right now, I think he's throwing us out of whack a little bit. Is it great exposure to crossover? Absolutely. We love having a big star like Brock Lesnar, but at the end of the day...
Not as champion.
Sports entertainment has to look out for itself. We have to continue to do our business and continue to put on our show. I just feel like it would be a lot better served with that Universal Championship in someone's hands like myself.
Yeah. Definitely not that Dean Ambrose guy or someone like that.
I was going to say, you're going to rattle off the rest of your faves?
No.
Or like that Jeff Hardy guy or that...
No, I was just making a joke. It's like...
Sami Zayn guy? He's injured.
He's injured.
Or that CM... No. Okay.
He's not even with the company anymore. Or in wrestling in general.
Doesn't mean you still don't want it.
That's a bit far-fetched at this point. Maybe I do want it, but I also understand realistically probably not going to happen. He'll be our Universal Champion when the Angels win the pennant.
I feel like I should know that reference.
Angels in the outfield. When are you going to adopt me? I'll be your dad when the Angels win the pennant, which at the time and at that point in the movie meant never.
Yeah, since then they have won a pennant.
Yeah.
So.
I wonder if that guy
followed through on that.
Yeah, he probably didn't. Look,
nope.
Kid, I was just saying it,
Just saying for the sake of saying.
You should know this by now. I don't keep up on my promises. I'm a bad father. Just gets on his Harley and skids away.
Alrighty then.
Right.
Yeah, it was a thing. It existed. It happened.
Wow. Thanks for giving. Don't give me too much credit here.
Well, one thing that I will give credit to is our friends over at the Broken Goblet Brewery, where it is going to be a spooky time.
Ooh.
Yes, over at 1500 Grundy's Lane in Bristol, PA, at least currently. But that's because tickets have been released for the Goblet's Hoppy Halloween 4 event, which is set to be held at their new location.
Ooh.
Yes, that's right. They're relocating soon to 2500 State Road in Bensalem. It all goes down Saturday, October 20th, rain or shine, and will feature the best libations available in the local surrounding areas. Only this year, more local breweries, more music, more surprises, and you guessed it, more porta potties.
Yay. And there was much rejoicing.
Yay. Man, Locke will never let that go. The 1 year that I guess either the turnout was higher than expected or just the portable commodes were not as plentiful as ideal. And there was longer lines for those than there were to acquire the different libations.
Well, they were trying to disperse it and to get more, obviously.
Exactly. So that is a mistake that he's
Will not
only
be
going to make
made
sure to
again.
make once. Exactly.
Everybody gets one.
Now, all of that more for the same low cost of entry, and your ticket includes a commemorative full-size glass taster. And it is a 21 and up event. Sorry, Lucas.
That's okay.
Next year. Maybe next year, because by that point you will be of consumable age. You could at least get in for the $10 designated driver ticket.
Right, yes.
Yeah.
And the food.
Well, yeah, I mean, they'll have the food trucks there and whatnot, but yeah.
And I'll go and talk with Reese. He's always a good pal. Always fun to talk to.
He is. Well, there's also this. Like years past, costumes are encouraged. Cash prizes were given out last year to the best patron couple and best patron individual. And new for this year, a special cash prize will be awarded to the best Pennywise the Clown costume.
Aren't you going to say hello?
I did about 35 minutes ago.
It's a quote from the movie.
I know. If you're a fan of It, which apparently I'm not, now is your chance to shine. It.
I promise that's the last time I'll do it. Unless it's
No, he won't.
Yeah, you didn't let me finish, obviously. Unless it's like something I just can't pass up, like a I had to go there kind of moment. But it probably won't.
So odds are that's pretty high.
No.
The power of It compels you. The power of It compels you.
Now you're just trying to goad me into... That's entrapment. I know entrapment when I see it, Fearon.
I was doing no such thing. And don't forget some of the other weekly features, including Sunday Bloody Marys and Bloody Flights, as well as brews from noon to 5. Tuesdays bring Jackbox.tv onto the big screen, and it's free to play from your cell phone. Wednesdays are open mic night with Brian Bortnick. Thursdays have the house musician Mike Estabrook, who plays tunes and has Esta Bingo, which can help get you to win chances at a quarterly jackpot. Fridays, live music from a variety of acts, and Saturdays, a hodgepodge of events. Although a bit of a twist for this month, actually last night was the monthly Kinky Quizzo. Oh well, I've already had my share of victories in that. Got to share the love, literally and figuratively. And also there's the brews. Oh yes, there are a bunch. And you want to definitely take advantage of the ones that are currently on tap. And oh, the delicious ones that they most certainly are. Including, of course, the 2018 Bubba's Tea Bag. Also the Gyroscopes in Infrared. The 5-hopped West Coast style IPA. The Hefner. Yeah, Bunny not included. The German-style wheat beer with high carbonation and a fluffy mouthfeel. Also, the
Can we say that? We just did.
Well, yeah, no, it refers to the taste of the beer. It is. It's very, very fluffy. I've had it before. It's delicious. You can take my word on it. Also, the Lonely Mountain Test Batch IPA. Testing out a milkshake-style IPA, which I think it definitely will bring a few boys to the yard. A chocolate milk-colored hop-forward IPA. Also, the Pineapple Sweet Stash, their signature summer wheat ale with pineapple tea added. The Tom Bombadil, the farmhouse with wildflower honey added. Also some notes of straw, pear, and a Brett character from the yeast blends. Yeah, this is some science and deliciousness all together rolled into one. Just a few reasons.
Mixology.
Yeah, exactly. Mixology is a definitive thing. Just a few reasons why it's always a good time at the Broken Goblet Brewery, 1500 Grundy's Lane in Bristol, PA. Broken Goblet Brewing, the semi-official brewery of Pro Wrestling Weekly. Please enjoy responsibly. Coming back, we've got our predictions certain to go wrong for SummerSlam.
Yay.
Plus some more news, notes, and
NXT
usual.
TakeOvers tonight, too.
Yeah, NXT TakeOvers tonight as well, absolutely. We're not going to be predicting that, but...
Unfortunately, no. Our Gargano and Ciampa 3, Last Man Standing, that's going to be fun.
It most certainly is. Coming back here with stuff here on Pro Wrestling Weekly on 1490 WBCB and online at WBCB1490.com.
Join Phillies PA announcer Dan Baker and former Phillies slugger, the Bull Greg Luzinski, for the Independence Blue Cross Bull Session presented by Gage Fiore Attorneys That Fight For You.com. The guys will be joined each week by a different Phillies guest, and the show will be live at the Bluebell Inn, Parks Casino, and Chicky and Pete's. Tune in every Monday at 6 p.m. here on 1490 WBCB. It's replayed Tuesdays at 5 p.m. on 610 ESPN. For updates, go to WBCB1490.com.
Philadelphia Protestant Home is a premier senior living community that offers affordable, quality, independent living, personal care, skilled nursing, and rehabilitation. PPH is located on a beautiful, serene campus within minutes of Bucks County and features a variety of on-site amenities for active lifestyles. Elegant dining services, ice cream parlor, indoor pool and wellness center, bowling alley, computer learning center, greenhouse, bank, market, and coming soon, a pharmacy. Call now to schedule a tour, 215-697-8000, or visit us on the web at pphfamily.org. At PPH, we're family.
Win tickets to see the Phillies or Trenton Thunder from the Italian People's Bakery in Levittown. Just fill out an entry blank at the Italian People's Bakery at Woodburn and Oxford Valley Roads in Levittown. Weekly drawings to win tickets to see the Phillies or Thunder. The Italian People's Bakery, where everything is baked fresh on the premises, is open Monday through Saturday from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m., Sundays till 5 p.m.
You won't see termites crawling across your floor, but thousands might be devouring the wood in your walls, weakening the structure of your home. For over 50 years, Termite Proofing and Pest Control of the Delaware Valley has been in the exterminating business. If you think you have a pest problem, they're the experts. Call them today at 215-639-5455. That's 215-639-5455 for TPPC. Termite Proofing and Pest Control of the Delaware Valley gives your home or business peace of mind, knowing your pest problem is in their hands. Located at 1560 Bristol Pike in Bensalem, they use only EPA-approved material applied by licensed technicians. Call Termite Proofing and Pest Control of the Delaware Valley at 215-639-5455.
Energy costs are skyrocketing. Now is the time to upgrade your old heater and air conditioning systems to more efficient units to save on your utility bills. Harris Comfort can also handle all your propane needs, as well as providing sales and service on whole house generators. Harris Comfort is still family owned and has been serving our area for over 60 years, providing sales, service, installation, and peace of mind. Call 215-788-4596 or go to harriscomfort.com. Harris Comfort, still family and still local.
Pro Wrestling Weekly presents Today in Wrestling History, August 18. On this date in 1993, WCW held its Clash of the Champions 24 Supercard. In the main event, Vader pinned Davey Boy Smith to retain the WCW World Heavyweight Championship. On this date in 1996, the WWF held its SummerSlam pay-per-view. In the main event, Shawn Michaels pinned Vader to retain the WWF Championship. On this date in 2013, WWE held its SummerSlam pay-per-view. In the main event, Daniel Bryan pinned John Cena to win the WWE Championship. Immediately after the match, guest referee Triple H delivered a pedigree to Bryan, and Randy Orton cashed in his Money in the Bank contract and pinned Daniel Bryan to become the new WWE Champion. This has been Today in Wrestling History, August 18.
Hi, this is Jim Cornette, and you're listening to Pro Wrestling Weekly with Fearon Derry on 1490 WBCB.
Welcome back to Pro Wrestling Weekly here on 1490 WBCB and online at WBCB1490.com. Fearon, Derry, and Lucas Twitch DeSangro with you here. And also on the lines, we've got John from Northeast Philly. John, what's going on?
What's going on, boys? How you doing?
Just another day in paradise.
Yeah, I could certainly say the same. Today's the big day, so it's just finally coming full circle.
Most certainly.
Are officially getting married today.
Oh, wow.
That's right.
Good on you.
Well, it is what it is. I mean, I was trying to think of like an Infinity Stone reference. We're all in reference mode for some reason. I don't know why. Maybe it's just I'm nervous, so I'm just trying to find ways to keep my mind idle.
With the snap of my fingers, all of my freedom will disappear.
Yeah. I was going to say, what is keeping your mind awry? You just walk down the aisle and say, I do.
You have one job.
I have one job.
It's a few years later she'll leave you the list of all the other jobs she needs you to do.
snap fingers and half of my stuff disappears. So
Well,
it's
that's
just,
something different. That's if something else happens.
Yeah, let's hope it doesn't
not
go
think
there.
that. Yeah.
Yeah, no, not yet anyway. But in any case,
Whoa.
No, it's all good.
Kumia, Kumia, are we talking to one John Kumia over in Northeast Philly?
Well, I was going to say, like, I was listening on the way over back home about the Willy Wonka entertainment, and I was thinking the tagline should really be, "You get nothing, you lose, you're fired." Something like that, That'll be
Oh, wow. A Gene Wilder, Vince McMahon splicey splice.
Gene McMahon.
Yeah, Gene McMahon.
Or Vince Wilder, I don't know. And then it cultivates in an Augustus Gloop on a forklift match. And since we're talking Vince Russo lately.
Oh, no.
We only mentioned him once.
I don't know. I've been watching a lot of the. I've been on the network because.
Oh, so you've been talking Vince Russo lately? That's what that is.
Yeah, kind of on the network. It's one of those things because when I watch Monday nights and you don't see your Universal Champion, you see a guy who talks about the importance of having the Universal Championship, but he won't win the Universal Championship. It's like, am I watching a guy who's going to be champion? Am I watching a show that doesn't want to acknowledge it has a champion? I mean, it's really suspect. But tomorrow night, I mean, it's going to decide a lot. And I know you guys are getting ready to your predictions, but I tend to lean a little bit more towards the side that Lesnar will retain because there's the hope that he would win the UFC heavyweight title, and then he's like heavyweight champ for both WWE and UFC for some giant cross-promotional thing. You know what I mean?
That is an interesting take that I hadn't quite considered.
It's one because now you got, and then you put it into account Rousey winning 2. You have 2 former UFC stars at the top of the game in WWE. One will cross over, or back over, rather, and I don't know, it's going to be a tough fight for Lesnar. I really think DC is going to take him down, but, it's just interesting that that's the dynamic that they're looking to go with, and that's, of course, as Dennis Miller would say, that's just my opinion. I could be wrong.
Very, very well stated words here. Well, I hate to cut things short, but we have just barely enough time for predictions and birthdays and all the other stuff here, so off we roll.
We have a stacked card.
We do 13 matches, 3 pre-show and 10 on the main card. So we're going to keep the explanations to a minimum and just go with the names because that's all that matters, at least for the moment. So pre-show, Cedric Alexander and Drew Gulak for the Cruiserweight title.
Gulak.
Ooh, I'm going Cedric. Okay. The mixed tag match, Almas and Vega against Rusev and Lana.
Almas and Vega. I'm sure Aiden English will have something to do with the loss on Rusev's side. Unintentional, but yeah.
Okay, well, I went Rusev and Lana, so this is going to really sway things thus far. The B team against the Revival for the Raw tag titles.
The B team as in boys team. Get in my stable. I'm picking them to win. I'm going with my heart.
And I'm agreeing with you on that, just because. Shinsuke and Jeff Hardy for the U.S. title.
Shinsuke, but I'm actually hoping they have a match.
Okay, I agree there as well. On both accounts, Dolph Ziggler and Seth Rollins for the Intercontinental title.
Ziggler, and that may be due to whether or not my dad gets involved and costs Rollins the match.
Yes, good old Dean Ambrose.
Good old Dad Ambrose.
Sans hair avec beard.
Yes.
Finn Balor and Baron Corbin.
Balor.
I'm going Corbin for reasons. The triple threat women, the SmackDown women's title match: Carmella, Becky Lynch, and Charlotte.
I'm going with my heart again, just so it gets broken, but I'm picking Becky.
I had a hunch you were, and I was initially
going. Come on,
going.
Becky!
I'm going to go Charlotte. I don't know why I feel like this is going to be it for Carmella, unless we have another Ellsworth appearance.
Oh, that's not what it's going to be.
Braun Strowman and Kevin Owens for the Money in the Bank contract.
I'm going Owens. Strowman doesn't need that briefcase. He really doesn't. And I feel like we need someone to, I don't know. I'm not going to get too much into it.
Fair enough.
Owens.
I was initially going Strowman, but I agree now with Owens, at least for now. Well, it's over the air, so I'm not going to change my mind after the fact. Bludgeon Brothers and New Day for the SmackDown tag titles.
Bludgeon Brothers.
Agreed there. Daniel Bryan and The Miz Yeah, that's exactly what that's my reaction too.
Do you just want to both abstain?
I'll just leave the pick blank. No, you got to fill something in the
Who are
card.
you
I'm
picking up?
going Brian.
Okay, I'll go with Brian too.
There we go. Agree to agree. Got it.
Yeah, just
AJ Styles and Senor Joe for the WWE title.
Senor Joe.
You're going Joe. All right. I'm thinking Styles will retain. Alexa Bliss and Ronda Rousey for the Raw Women's title.
Rousey,
Yeah,
probably.
I'm with you on that. And the big one, Brock Lesnar and Roman Reigns.
I'm gonna say Reigns.
As am I.
But I'm also gonna say perhaps also the Money in the Bank winner of the Money in the Bank match.
Ooh, what a twist! That would be interesting.
I'm just saying that if it
Let
does
me put it
happen,
this way: if it does happen, I'm giving you a Brucey bonus point for that.
Thank you.
All right. And other quick tidbits of news. WWE announcing John Cena against Kevin Owens for the Super Showdown that's going to be held October 6th in Melbourne, Australia. And also on there is going to be Undertaker and Triple H, so that should be a goodie. Also, WWE issuing a press release about SmackDown 1000. It's going to be October 16th in Washington, D.C. on the USA Network. WWE and 9 Network, speaking of Australia, is going to be they're going to be broadcasting Raw and SmackDown on the channel 9 Go. They're continuing that late nights on Thursdays and Fridays. Also, USA Network already ordering additional episodes of the series Ms. and Mrs. They've had over 1.2 million viewers for each of the 4 episodes so far, so they've ordered an additional 14 half-hour episodes.
Get in.
And, well, I had the clip here, but it's definitely going to take too much time. But WWE releasing a video with Renee Young discussing her performance on the Raw broadcast team Monday. And, she reflected on being the first female commentator in Raw history. And
good for her.
She
I'm
felt
really
great
happy.
about it. And Vince was only in her ear once, Vince McMahon was. Just telling her to slow down a little bit. Wrestling.
Right.
And also, don't forget George's Cards and Collectibles. They've got a big signing coming up August 24th from 7 to 9 p.m. at the Neshaminy Mall location. WWE Hall of Famer Paul Ellering, as well as former WWE stars Oksana, Kelly, D'Lo Brown, and Ken Shamrock, all at the Neshaminy Mall location. One of 2 locations for all of your cards and collectibles needs for George's Cards and Collectibles. Their original store at 7755 New Falls Road in Levittown, and the Neshaminy Mall in the movie theater wing. Go to georgescollectibles.com and follow George's Cards and Collectibles on Facebook for more information. And we have just enough time for
birthdays.
Yes, we do. 1 plus 5 Brucey bonuses because not much going on in terms of wrestling. The one wrestling one, on this date in 1959, Thomas Pritchard was born. The former WWF Tag Champion, the Doctor of Desire, Tom Pritchard from the Heavenly Bodies, and also Zip of the Body Donnas tag team, and training wrestlers like Kurt Angle, The Rock, Val Venus, Shane McMahon, the Bella Twins, and Dolph Ziggler. He turns 59 today. And to the Brucey bonuses, things outside of the world of wrestling. On this date in 1936, Robert Redford was born. The Academy and Golden Globe Award-winning actor and director from Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid, The Sting, All the President's Men, and directing Ordinary People and Quiz Show. He's 82 today. On this date in 1943, Martin Mull was born.
Ooh.
Yeah, the actor and comedian from many roles, including Garth Gimble on Mary Hartman, Colonel Mustard from Clue, Leon Karp from Roseanne, and Willard Kraft from Sabrina the Teenage Witch turns 75 today. On this date in 1957, Dennis Colin Leary was born. Dennis Leary, the actor and comedian from Rescue Me and stepfather of Smalls from The Sandlot. Killing me. 61 today.
Oh my God, that was Dennis Leary.
Yeah. On this date in 1970, Malcolm Jamal Warner, better known as Theo Huxtable from The Cosby Show, he's 48 today. And on this date in 1978, Andy Samberg was born. Yes, the cast member from Saturday Night Live and part of the comedy music group The Lonely Island with songs like I'm on a Boat and Everything is Awesome.
And those are the only names of songs we can name on the show.
Exactly. He turns 40 today. So that is going to do it for us. Coming up next is Jack Spears with the Kiwanis Radio Circus coming your way here. So until next week, play us out, Nutsy.
1 o'clock and all's well.
celebrating 60 years of broadcasting excellence. We're 14